Welcome to a brand new feature podcast at the Wine of the Month Club.
Are you trying to do this new thing?
I am Ed Masciana, your host. This is my guest, Paul Kalemkiarian, second generation owner of the Wine of the Month Club. He has absolutely no idea where I'm going, what I'm doing, or what I'm going to say. And I did that on purpose because I want his actual responses to be completely ad-lib. And that was one of them. Now, as many of you know, one of my major jobs here is to go back 40 years to see what wines we featured. That's on the website, which were 74 Monterey Peninsula Pinot Noir and Morandell 75 Peace Porter Treppchen. Great wines, both of them. But at the bottom of the newsletter, there was an invitation to a Legende du Vin tasting in Manhattan Beach. Now, his father, owner of Palos Verdes Wines and Spirits, was the club store for Palos Verdes, but we always helped each other out, and he put their tasting in his newsletter. Now, I'm going to tell you what those wines were. In
the tasting, the Legende du Vin.
Legende du Vin tasting.
Yeah, so the Manhattan Beach chapter was different than the Torrance chapter?
Well, yeah, but we did a lot of the same wines. Here are the wines that were featured. 1973 Camus, 75 Stag's Leap,
wow.
75 Diamond Creek Red Rock, 75 Spring Mountain, 73 Heights Martha's, 73 Mayacamas, 73 BV Private Reserve, 73 Mondavi Reserve, and 71 Trinidad Reserve.
Wow. Who at the Manhattan Beach Group? Was that Marine?
That was Jerry Seps, who later founded Storybook Mountains in Napa Valley.
Storybook. So, now, wow, those are all like premium, ultra premiums.
The title of this is Guess What? And you guess what the price was.
Oh, for the tasting?
For the tasting in 78.
Oh, $12.
$11. Pretty damn good. I'll tell you, I was shocked because everybody I did this with said, oh, $50. Okay, now you take
78.
I took the prices of those wines then and got a formula for what they charged. Using the same formula, what do you think that would cost today?
Oh, to do the thing. If you're talking about per ounce, per pour.
Exactly.
All those wines.
Exactly.
Based on today's prices of the brands. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Why don't you say that?
Because you did.
I'll go with your $50.
200.
Oh. Well, you're really cranking on the calculator today.
Well,
huh?
I did that in my head, but I mean, I was actually shocked, to tell you the truth, because once I started to look at the prices that these are going for, and I mean, back in the day, Heights Martha's was the most expensive Cabernet on earth. It was $12. Today, it's $200. It's not the most expensive Cabernet on earth, but it's still an icon. And
wow.
Now another thing, by the way. See all these bottles back here? Some of these we did 40 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
And I think we need to show them.
We need to taste them, actually.
Well, we could taste them on camera and see how they're holding up.
We did with my dad, right? All right. So that's
my segment.
That's the segment.
Thank you. Go ahead. Applause. That's not quite what I had in mind.
Hey, you had a little intro, Ed. That was a good intro. That was a good idea, Ed. That's a really great idea. Thanks for doing that.
All right. Limited series for May 2018 of the Wine of the Month Club. Wow. And the 46th anniversary of the first wine.
We're going to start the celebration. Celebrate. And we're going to start by taking this wine, Happy Birthday hat, and putting it on my head, despite the fact it's got tons of leftover wine.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
I had an interesting guy in the other day. Listen to this. I doubt this is a great idea. This is Lorenz 5, Austrian, right? Only Gruner Veltliner. That's all he makes.
If you're going to pick a grape, that would be it.
Look at the way he took the glass and he put the fruit and the character of the wine.
Well, except this is red.
Well, he's just showing Gruner. So it's got an apple, it's got Soalheiro, it's got thyme.
Oh, and he makes Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling and Pinot.
And he pours wine in and you eat herbs and stuff. So, it's great having you back here, Ed.
Great being back here.
Not that you ever left.
Yeah.
Not that you ever left since 1969.
I'm trying. And he's very trying. Okay, so the
my
first
mom's
wine,
birthday last week.
91.
91, yeah.
Wow, amazing.
All right, so this is important stuff.
Who said?
Well, and not only that, this winemaker's coming to the Wine of the Month Club in September for an interview. This is the winemaker for Lafitte's Legend brand, and what the Legend brand is, they go to all of the districts of Bordeaux, and they create wines from those districts. And this one happens to be their Bordeaux larger district wine. I thought it was very good.
It's excellent.
And she's coming in to talk to us about it, so I'm very excited about it. And not only that, just so you know, we're gonna have a little tour there in a few months. So if you're in Pauillac in May of 2018, May 23rd to be exact, we'll be having lunch as a member lunch in Pomerol. And details to follow.
In Pomerol or Pauillac?
Pomerol. This one is in Pauillac, but we're going to be going to Pomerol. They actually have another property in Pomerol.
I'm not surprised. What's interesting about wines like this, now this is as I put in the newsletter, this is a Bordeaux appellation. It's not even Bordeaux Superior. Okay, it's just Bordeaux, and that is designated by law what you can call it based on where the grapes are grown.
This is way more complex.
A lot of people make wines in Bordeaux. I mean, Bordeaux is a huge area. But when you get somebody like Lafite making wines from this area, it's like, this is really
this is way more
different.
Complicated than the rest.
I mean, the next level up is Bordeaux Superior, Bordeaux Cru Exceptional. This is probably better than any of those. And that's why it's only $22.99 on the shelf and $15.99 as a reorder price, which is
it's got a wonderful
lights out.
Backbone. I remember tasting the wine. Actually, frankly, its counterparts that are more district appellated weren't as good as this.
Oh, I could believe
I didn't
that.
like the Saint-Emilion as much. I didn't like the Medoc as much. But I thought this larger Bordeaux version was much more accurate. We taste a lot of regular Bordeaux. That's just
first of all, these things
thin and insipid.
They control the yield, which is very important. They use oak barrels. Nobody can afford to use French oak barrels, and Lafite can. And where do the French oak barrels come from? Lafite, the same place that has the.
And
first
they own their own cooperage. So.
Right. So I mean, this is a big operation, but they know what they're doing. So I'm at a 97.
I'm a 96.
Okay, then I'm a 95.
No, but after I go, but if I go to the property and they give me a good tour, then it'll be a 98.
Okay, that's only fair. Yeah. I'm going to start calling you the wine spectator.
Wine speculator. I found a cartoon, and my dad sent. I'm going to put them in the store. But my dad brought me framed cartoons from the day when he used to do that in the store. And one of them was the guy standing in front of the counter, and he goes, "This is terrible wine." He's at the tasting.
Yeah,
bar.
I know. I remember that one.
Guy goes, "It got a 96 in the speculator." He goes, "I'll take a case."
Yeah. I'll have to send you the takeoff on the wine speculator, which I call the wine expectorant, and Robert Parker.
All right, this is we just tasted the wine, the white in the vintage series. This is the Mecedora Carménère, and this is $22.98 on the shelf. If you can even find it, it's a beautiful package, heavy glass, silkscreen bottle. But Carménère all the way through, and that's why I wanted to show it to you.
It's fabulous wine. I mean, it has, like I've written it was confused with Merlot because they didn't have DNA testing back then. But this wine's got body. It's got great fruit. Well, a different body than that, but never ends. Anyway, as I was trying to say,
because Carménère is people go Carménère and all that kinds of words, but it's and I get a lot of it, and I get a lot of really austere things. I get a lot of really pungent things, but this one is so soft.
It's rich. It's very rich. It's got rich flavors. It's got great balance. It's got good, solid medium tannins. I mean, this is not a wine that's going to disappear soon.
I love the vegetal note, which is classic Carménère.
Yeah, $22.99 on the shelf, $11.99 reorder price.
Wow, that is really good.
And
I bet I can take this to the dinner and not show them that it's Chilean Carménère and have people just go out.
They wouldn't like that.
No,
especially the Lafite people, even though they own property in
Chile.
in Chile.
We don't want to fool them.
No, God forbid.
I'm excited to taste this Eich.
Oh, me too.
This is Pinot Bianco, German Pinot Grigio, right?
No, it's Italian.
What do you mean, Weissburgunder?
It's Alto Adige in Italy. Okay.
Oh, it is Alto Adige.
But it's
Weissburgunder.
But
it's Cornell. That's why.
Alto Adige is kind of in Italy. Is kind of like Alsace in France. They're not really French or German. Well, when I saw this and I wrote about it, I just said, this is like no wine you have ever tasted in your life. Okay, let me tell you.
Wow.
This is Alto Adige, and when they make wines, everybody sits down.
You just taste the cool climate. You get this wonderful fruit.
It's the soil, though.
The
Jesus,
nose,
it's the soil. This soil is just
the nose
amazing.
is extraordinarily effusive. What is that?
God, it just has everything. It has
citrus,
absolutely everything.
There's like red apple in this thing. I'm gonna get you. Kind of bizarre.
Yeah, no, I was very effusive in the newsletter. I said, "You're never going to taste wine like this because this is absolutely out of this world." And these whites are.
The acid in the finish is
But
got
it's
flavor.
got flavor, exactly. It's not just acid, and it's got balance, and it just kind of lays on your tongue, and just in little series of.
Where did I get this? I can't remember where I bought it from.
I don't know, but I'm getting some.
Another Yountville Wine Imports, and that was one of the other wines we featured.
Boy, okay, this is 100 points for me. Period. The end.
I'm going to say that. I think it's 100 points. I agree.
I mean, you're not going to taste a better wine.
It's just really fun, and people are going to freak out of it.
Well, first of all, I've had a lot of wines from this area, and they're either Pinot Blanc or Sauvignon Blanc, both of which are out of this world. And you just sit there and you can't believe what you're drinking because you've never tasted anything like that. It's so different, and yet it's so perfect.
The other night I took some.
Absolutely incredible.
I took some olive oil and butter, warmed it up, sautéed some onions.
That's amazing. Where'd you get that idea?
Threw in some lemon rind and some lemon juice, and pressed in some thyme, and put that over some perfectly temperature cooked chicken. This would have been great.
Absolutely. No, this is an amazing wine. This is absolutely an amazing wine.
You know what else I did with that recipe? I went to Whole Foods and I bought a bag of shaved Brussels sprouts.
Oh yeah.
Put it in salt water, parboil them just so they just got enough to limp, and put the chicken on that. The kids loved it. Even Sandra goes, that was really good.
Is Sandra one of the kids now? That's his wife.
She was working on her charity in front of the computer, and I didn't have the heart to I told her.
This wine was kind of a revelation for me because
This is our friend at Winebridge.
The appellation is the Minho in Portugal, northern Portugal, okay? And I look at the grapes, and it's Alvarinho and Loureiro, and those are the grapes that go into Vinho Verde. So I go, where's the Minho? I think that's up in the north. Yeah, it's right next door to Vinho Verde, but it's not in Vinho Verde, so they can't call it Vinho Verde.
That's right, Ed. They can't call it Vinho Verde. Ed?
Oh, he went blind again. I'm waiting for him to go deaf, and then we can really have fun.
We've done one of these before for another brand about 2 years ago.
Right.
But this is from the guys at Winebridge. Sebastian is a great vendor of ours. But this is what's so fun about it. Here we taste that wine, we freak out over it, and you put this to your nose and you go, oh, this is really good too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, these are very unique wines.
Peach.
And that's the beauty about this club. And when Paul's founded it, 46 years ago, he did a lot of things that were really, really out of touch with everybody else, and he was right. I mean, he was featuring Hungarian wines. He was featuring wines from all over the place.
You know his first task to me when I started with him in 1988, he goes, "I want you to find a Corsican wine."
I remember your dad talking about Corsican.
And I think we're just doing one coming up.
We've done one before.
It took me 32 years.
We've done one. We did one a while ago. They can be a little rough around the edges, and the problem is Corsica is such a small island. The wines are really expensive.
And Napoleon's hanging out there.
He didn't hang out there. He was there by. He didn't hang out there by choice. Waterloo kind of did him in.
Hey, happy birthday to us! Cheers, limited series for May of 2018, and it is flip side. You know what it is?
It's what? It's nap time.
Cheers.